Welcome to Harvest Love Yoga. My name is Christina, and I'm so happy to be guiding you through a special hip opener class. I'm here in Pozzuoli, Italy, and wherever you're at, come to your mat and sink back into a child's pose. Extend the arms in front of you. Spread the fingers on the mat. Bring the forehead softly to the mat and begin to find your breath and watch your breath coming in and out. Do a quick scan of your body. Notice how your hips feel in this pose. With each breath, turn inward. Trust whatever brought you to the mat today. Even if you can't finish this whole video, or if you choose to do another one after this, trust the process. Inhale, come up to a tabletop position and begin to circle the hips. We're going to warm up the hips, finding big circular movements. Let your breath guide the movement. Pause in any areas that feel extra tight today and move slowly through that area. We don't need to change anything. We just need to acknowledge what is there. Come to a neutral tabletop and begin to circle the right hip with a bent leg. Your leg can be bent 90 degrees, making big circles with the knee. Right foot is flexed. Switch directions when you're ready. Keep a long spine. Do a quick cat-cow rotation in between the legs. After your cat-cow, begin to circle the left leg, lifting it and drawing big circles with the left knee. Back, out, forward and around, and switch directions. It's okay if both hips feel very different today. Come back to a tabletop and do another round of cat-cow. Inhale on the cow and exhale, rounding the spine. Find cat, drop the head. Come back to a neutral tabletop. Walk your hands one handprint forward. Tuck the toes, press into the feet. Press the earth away. Downward facing dog, and warm up your dog by bending the knees. Maybe moving one hip to the side and then the other. You can find stillness or movements. Inhale, lift the right leg, open hip stretch, also known as dog at a fire hydrant pose. And you can roll out that right ankle. As we do this, press equal weight into both shoulders. Come back to a tabletop. Inhale, lifting the toes and then dropping the heels. Inhale, lift the heels, come up onto the toes and drop the heels the other way. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, open hip stretch on this side. Bend the knee, flex the lifted foot. Check in with your hands. And come back into downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward to the top of your mat. Exhale, walk your hands to the top of the mat by your hands and find a ragdoll position. Allow this to be comfortable and relaxed as you feel the pull of gravity. Inhale, exhale, sigh it out. Be here, be now, just as you are. Inhale, roll up to standing. And exhale, ground into your mountain pose. Crown of the head lifting high. Tailbone tucking down. All four corners of your feet rooted in the earth. Inhale, arms overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Find a soft gaze or close your eyes. And simply trust in the breath, in the movement, in this time. Inhale, arms overhead, and we'll find tree pose starting in one-legged Tadasana, one-legged mountain pose. Lift your right leg high into a 90-degree angle and then draw the knee outward. Bring the sole of the foot either to the calf, kickstand on the ground by the heel, or all the way up on the inside of the thigh, as long as it's not pushing into the knee. Tree pose allows us to find our center while opening the hip. Inhale back to center, one-legged Tadasana. Take one big step back, opening yourself up to the long side edge of your mat. Angle your toes so that they're facing opposite corners of the mat. And bend your knees to find horse or goddess pose. Knees are stacked over the ankles. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. Find your stillness, find your balance. You can stay here in horse goddess pose, or you can begin to drop one shoulder and then the other to the center, using your hands on top of your thighs to open up the hips gently, even more. Look up and back. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Expand, stretch, open, and exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Bend into one knee, allowing your hips to sway from side to side. Opening one hip at a time. Feet can be toed in slightly. Relax your head. Maybe reach for one foot and then the other with your hands. And when you're ready, walk your hands to the top of your mat in a low lunge position. And then begin to bring both feet to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up to standing. Exhale, mountain pose. We'll find tree on the other side now. Inhale, raise your left leg, bend 90 degrees. Exhale, find your expression of tree. You can bring your sole of your foot to the ground by your ankle, on your calf, or up to the inside of your thigh, and it is okay if you need to fall out and come back to your tree. Added challenge, close your eyes for a moment. Or you can find a soft gaze on one point in front of you. Let your tree branches go where they want to go. Come back to center with control, pulling your core in, your belly to your spine. And exhale, bring hands to heart center. Wiggle out your legs. Inhale, extended mountain, reach up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Shake your head out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands on the ground. Step your feet back, finding a high plank position. Bend into one knee, stretching out the backs of the legs, the calves. And then lower all the way down to your belly, squeezing your elbows in towards the ribs. Bring the right cheek to the mat. Extend the right arm straight out from your body. Lift the left leg, bend the left knee, and begin to roll to the outside edge of your body, supporting your twist with your left palm on the mat by your shoulder. Maybe your toes come to the mat, maybe your whole sole of the foot comes. Begin to roll back to center onto your belly. Inhale, find a gentle heart opener, baby cobra. And then lower your left cheek to the mat. Extend your left arm and open up your shoulder. On this side, lifting the right leg, rolling to the outside edge. Inhale, begin to come back to center, and exhale. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, push back into child's pose. We'll take a quick check-in. Grab a sip of water if you need. Rest in child's pose, noticing how both of your hips feel. We're about midway through this short class. Wherever your mind is, pause and come back to your breath. Inhale to tabletop. Wiggle your hips from side to side. Find pigeon on the right side. Extend your left leg long. Bend your right knee, bringing the right knee to the right wrist. And you can support your right hip by placing a towel or a pillow underneath the right hip. Check over both shoulders before you lower down into sleeping pigeon. Left leg should be straight from the hips to the toes. Toes are in line with the ankle. Keep your right foot pointed. And push your right shin into the mat to maintain engagement on the right inner thigh. Level out the hips as much as you can by drawing the left hip forward, right hip back. Relax the neck muscles. Maybe support your head on a block or on your hands. And come back to half pigeon when you're ready, onto your hands. Glide the right knee back into tabletop. When you're ready, find pigeon on this other side, the left side. Check over both shoulders to level out the hips and also to check in with that right leg. Make sure it's straight, in alignment. And then begin to bow forward. Set up in your sleeping pigeon if that's in your practice today. Begin to draw inward, allowing the breath to gently come in and smoothly flow out. Speaking gently to yourself, acknowledging what may come up in our minds and letting it go. Inhale, push up onto your hands. Exhale as you find tabletop. Gentle as you come out of this deep hip opener. Cross your feet and sit back. Find Badaknasana or butterfly pose. Bring the soles of the feet together. Knees drop wide. You can stay here, or you can begin to bow forward. You can experiment, see if it feels best for you today to have your feet closer to your hips or out wider. Wherever you're at, you can give your arches of your feet a massage with your thumbs. You can find some cat-cow spinal movements, bowing forward and then opening the chest. You can use your elbows to open your hips even more. When you're ready, draw the right knee in towards the chest, leave the left leg where it's at, and then begin to find cow face, seated cow face. This is one of my very favorites. You can begin to cross the right leg over the left leg. I'll shift position so you can see my setup. So knees are coming together, hips are opening, but find your expression of cow face. Maybe you simply allow the left knee to drop to the floor, but you support the right knee with your hands. Maybe you use a pillow somewhere, maybe between your knees, a blanket between your knees. Maybe you need more intensity and you can bow forward, allowing the weight of your torso to further open the hips. Wherever you're at, take one more round of breath and come out of it. Push up into reverse tabletop. Feet and palms are on the mat, and then push up into the hips. Come into cow face on the other side. This time left leg is crossing over the right leg. Set up for your variation, your expression of cow face. I'll show you how I'm supporting my knees and lower body with a little blanket between the two shins. And I'm giving my feet a little bit of a massage here. Bowing forward, feeling the opening of my hips. You can let your head gently move from side to side, rolling out the neck slightly. Begin to come out of your cow face and find reverse tabletop on this side. Once again, soles of the feet and palms are pressing into the earth. You can drop the head back if that feels okay. And come out of your reverse tabletop and lower all the way to the mat so that you're lying on your back. Knees are bent up to the sky. Soles of the feet are on the ground. Bring your right ankle to the top of the left leg, finding a supine figure 4. And you have options here. You can take your hands behind the back of your left leg. If you need more intensity, you can also take your hands in front of the left shin. Or another option is to straighten that left leg and draw the left leg in with your hands. Or you can keep the left sole of the foot on the mat. And maybe you don't need to draw your left leg in towards your chest at all. It might be enough stretch just to be in that figure 4 with the sole of the foot on the mat. Wherever you're at, begin to come out of your figure 4. We'll find a quick supported resting pose. Widen your stance so that feet are at the edges of your mat, and then drop the knees in so that they're supporting each other. Bring the right hand over and cross your arms. When you're ready, find figure 4 on the other side. Again, find the expression that works for you. Whether that's taking the shin or the back of the thigh, or extending the right leg. Continue to breathe. We want to find that nice balance between ease and effort. We want to find a depth of stretch while still maintaining our breath. Come out of your figure 4 and find a resting pose, bringing your feet to the edges of your mat. Knees come in, this time left arm drapes over on top. Right arm underneath in a yogi hug. Let your shoulders drop into the sockets. Hands come to the opposite shoulder. Keep your left sole of the foot on the mat and begin to draw the right knee in towards the chest and then towards the outer edge of the ribs. Half happy baby with the right leg. Once again, find your expression, your variation. You can either reach for your foot using that pull down, or you can continue drawing the knee in towards the chest. Switch legs. Finding happy baby on the other side with the left foot. Once again, find your variation. Maybe you're just taking your knee in towards your chest and letting it drop open. Or you're finding your foot with your hands. Knee is bent at a 90-degree angle and you're pulling down on your foot. I'll show you one more variation. Stay where you're at if this is feeling comfortable, but if you need something else, if this is just not working, you can also use a towel or a strap to put that over your foot, over the arch of your foot, and pull down using the strap or blanket instead of reaching for your foot. So that's one option you can play with. Draw both knees in towards your chest and just find some gentle knee circles. We've done a lot of hip opening, and that can be very intense. It can bring up emotion, and that's okay. We can acknowledge. We don't need to fix anything. We're here on the mat to observe, to tap into the sensations of our heart, of our body. Begin to find a gentle variation on happy baby, binding your hands between your legs and letting your knees drop to the outer edges of your ribs. Or you can simply put your hands behind your knees if you can't clasp them together. And move into full happy baby. You can take your ankles or your feet or simply grab behind your knees. However, you can draw downward to open up your hips. Right now I'm demonstrating how you can use a blanket or a strap to kind of make an extension on your arms. And then begin to draw the soles of the feet together, knees go even wider, and clasp your hands around your feet. You can draw your feet inward. Once again, you can use that strap or blanket as an extension for your hands and arms. Inhale and exhale softly, drawing the knees together. Walk your feet so that they're near the outer edge of the mat. Supine twist. Simply drop both knees to the left. Right arm can be extended long, or in a cactus position. I love having both hands in a cactus position, both arms in a cactus position. I just feel this openness in my chest, this expansion in my heart. And then bring your knees back to center and drop them the other way. Gaze goes opposite of the knees. If you need more intensity, you can take your right foot and press it over the left knee, drawing that left knee downward with your foot. Wherever you're at, come back to center gently. Bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop wide. I'll show you one more modification that you can do with your blanket, and this is something that my sister Michelle, who is also an incredible yoga teacher, showed me. She is excellent at making smart modifications for your body. So you can take your towel or blanket, wrap it over your feet and then underneath your hips or your bottom. And then you can take this one step further and support your knees with pillows. I'll leave you here in this Supta Badaknasana position. You can stay here as long as you need. Thank you for trusting me to guide you through practice today. Sending you lots of love, openness, light, trust in yourself. In this process, bring your hands to heart center or to third eye. The light in me sees and loves the light in you. Namaste. See you next time.